raise your hand if you want to get rich. All right.
No. How is this not a pyramid scheme?
All right. Let me explain it again. Phil has recruited me and another guy. Now we are getting 3 people each. The more people that get involved, the more people who are investing, the more money we're all going to make. It's not a pyramid scheme. It's not even a scheme per se. It's
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Juliana Murphy and I do all kinds of different videos. I'm desperately trying to find a niche here on YouTube, but for now I'm just talking about all different kinds of topics, hopefully providing things you guys are interested in and seeing what works for me. So today I really want to talk about pyramid schemes and MLMs. I know it's a bit of a random topic, but it's something I'm fairly passionate about. I speak about this frequently on my Instagram page at jmurphyfit because that's where I tend to be reached out to the most often about joining different MLMs and alleged pyramid schemes. So I thought that based on my experience, the experience of a few others, and then just some general information I thought I could give to you guys, that I could give you guys a better understanding of why you, first of all, shouldn't join MLMs and pyramid schemes, but second of all, just what they are for people who aren't super knowledgeable on that topic yet. Dazer. So if you've never been reached out to by a pyramid scheme or MLM, first of all, congratulations, you guys have good friends. Because frankly, the people who usually reach out for people to join these things are people you already know, whether it be friends or family. So if you've managed to avoid that so far, you're hanging with the right crowd. But I think I should really start off by just giving you some ideas of some of the brands that are involved in this kind of marketing. This way maybe you guys will realize if you've been part of a pyramid scheme that you didn't realize was one, or if you know people who are already in them. So I think some of the biggest name brand MLMs, I'm not necessarily naming pyramid schemes yet, but the biggest name brand MLMs, and I do have a list here, would be Cutco, Arbonne, Beachbody, Herbalife, Mary Kay, Scentsy, and Unique. And of those 7 I just named, I've been either recruited to all of them or heard pitches from all of them in the past, so I do feel like I know a decent amount about all of those 7 companies. I should really mention the person who inspired me to do this video was Natalia Taylor. She just did an extremely informative and interesting video on Mary Kay because she had been a Mary Kay ambassador back when she was younger and she had an absolutely horrible time with it, put herself into a lot of debt.
I checked my credit card statement and I didn't owe $5,000. No, I owed approximately $10,000.
But she told her story and I think it's really compelling as to why you should not become involved with MLMs and pyramid schemes. So I will link her video down below so you guys can take a look at it because I think that it's a good story time idea of why you shouldn't become involved with these people. So I feel like my entire life I knew that pyramid schemes and MLMs existed, but I didn't necessarily know how people got involved with them until I had my fitness Instagram, because it was at that point when people started reaching out to me legitimately every single week offering to have me join them on these things. So it always starts, hey girl, oh my god, you would be perfect for this opportunity. I have been following you on Instagram for so and so amount of time. I'm obsessed with your content. I just think you'd be so good as an ambassador for company. So I think the ones I've been reached out to for the most often would probably be Herbalife and Beachbody, because those are 2 fitness health brands. And I've been reached out to for ARBONNE a few times as well, even more personally because I do have friends who have become involved with that company. So before I go any further, I do just want to lay down some definitions so that you guys know what we're talking about when I'm mentioning these terms. I took these right off of Wikipedia, but these are accurate definitions of these things. So first off, pyramid scheme. A pyramid scheme is a business model that recruits members via a promise of payment or services for enrolling others. Obviously, this is impossible to maintain because you have people at the top who recruit a few people, then all the people they recruit a few people, and all those people recruit a few people. And if you know anything about exponential growth, you know that eventually that's going to be more than everyone on the entire earth. So pyramid schemes are not able to be maintained. Whereas MLMs, multi-level marketing, is revenue derived from a non-salaried workforce selling the product. MLMs are completely legal, whereas pyramid schemes are illegal in themselves. In an MLM, the only goal is to sell product, whereas in a pyramid scheme, the goal is to get people's money and then essentially force and manipulate those people into recruiting others into doing the same. If you're curious if any companies have ever reached out to you are MLMs or pyramid schemes, a really good resource would be the Better Business Bureau, because they review companies and let you know what's up with them, so I would totally recommend that. I didn't need to do a whole lot of research on there before I made this video because I honestly feel like I already have a really good idea of which companies are involved in this, and I do want to focus on these 7 because they're the ones I have the most experience with. So I'm not sure that so far I've given a really good idea of why I think that MLMs and pyramid schemes are so bad, except the fact that pyramid schemes are illegal. So what I really think is the most despicable portion of MLMs and pyramid schemes is the pushing it onto other people. So you go out, you want to make an income, you join one of these companies, and then all of a sudden you're forced to start pushing that onto other people. So you recruit your friends, your family, your co-workers. You're just suddenly pushing all of these things that you're wanting them to buy onto them, and then you benefit from it. So whether you're telling them or not, every time you recruit someone onto your team, you're getting money from that, or you're getting other product from that. And I just think it's really unfair to people who you are recruiting who don't necessarily know what they're getting into. The other aspect is that these companies are manipulative in general. Mary Kay, for example, I don't know if this is still the case, but they used to run these Mary Kay credit cards. And how Mary Kay credit cards worked was you could use your Mary Kay credit card to purchase Mary Kay products that you were going to sell to the people who want to buy your product. But the interest on that credit card is 26%. So every single month that you don't pay it off, you're adding 26% interest that you have to pay on those products. So some of the people who are selling Mary Kay products, even though they were selling them and supposedly making revenue from them, were not actually making any revenue because they're giving all that money back to Mary Kay in interest. I'm sure that some of the other brands also have similar credit cards, but I learned with that Mary Kay example from Natalia Taylor's video, so I definitely wanted to share that as one of the more despicable aspects of the things that these companies do. The other issue with these companies, and I think this is particularly important in the fitness companies, is the people who are pushing the products, most of these people haven't studied it at a high enough level to even know what the benefits of the products are. Especially for Arbonne, as an example, you often see them marketing those fizz sticks as, you know, a healthy alternative to coffee or pop, because I think they're caffeinated, fizzy beverages. And if you look up the actual health benefits, there really are no health benefits to fizz sticks, and I think they actually include a lot of harmful chemicals. I want to be careful talking about this because I know that people who get involved with MLMs and pyramid schemes love the sense of community they get from the other coaches and members, but I think it's really dangerous because that's what they do. It's kind of cult-like, you know, they love bomb you and then you become part of it and you're so entrenched and you've spent so much money on it that it's really hard to get out of it. And I do know people who are involved in these companies, people my age, people who are older than me, people who I serve in the restaurant I work in even, who often try to recruit me. There are people all around you who are involved in these pyramid schemes and MLMs. There's a girl who reached out to me, I think it was back in the summer, from HERBALIFE on my Instagram because I had posted a story asking for recommendations for protein powders. And she reached out to me and she's like, hey, have you ever tried HERBALIFE? And I mean, the idea of just trying a product from HERBALIFE isn't so much of an issue to me. So I was like, no, like I haven't tried HERBALIFE, like what's the deal with that? Can you send me the ingredients because I'm trying to avoid certain things. I don't eat dairy, so I have to get away isolate protein. And like right away, she was like, you know what? Like I think you'd be a really good ambassador and coach for HERBALIFE. Like you should consider getting involved with HERBALIFE outside of just buying the protein powder. I immediately just wrote HERBALIFE, just the word HERBALIFE into Google. And the very first thing that comes up is that they were actually recently sued and charged an insane amount of money for actually being a pyramid scheme. And what the company did was they dissolved and they started back up so they could go, you know, all over again. So now they're not necessarily considered an illegal pyramid scheme, but they're definitely still running this MLM that I think has some really dodgy practices. When I said like, hey, I looked up HERBALIFE, it looks like it might be a pyramid scheme or MLM, she was like, oh my God, no, like how could you say that? This is such a good company. And then she actually had a pre-prepared video to send to people from HERBALIFE who said it was an MLM. So she sent me this video over this like sketchy app she made me download. And it was all about how HERBALIFE's not an MLM, HERBALIFE's not a pyramid scheme. And I just looked at it and I was like, oh honey, like if they're making you send around this video saying how they're not one, you should really consider they might be. And the truth is these people become brainwashed. They watch all these videos, they're sure by all the other people that's not a pyramid scheme, and they really do become brainwashed. And I think that that's how this recruitment occurs because they genuinely believe that they haven't become involved with something bad. One of my mottos in life, and I'm not even kidding, is friends don't let friends join pyramid schemes. So anytime I see a friend who I'm particularly close to getting involved for a pyramid scheme, being recruited by someone who's part of a pyramid scheme, I honestly always message them, or next time I see them in person, I'm like, hey, just so you know, so-and-so keeps reaching out to you, they're part of the pyramid scheme, don't join it. And I think that's something that we all need to do for each other. However, I don't necessarily think everyone watching this YouTube video right now is a close friend of mine, so I want to give you guys some key points on how to notice if something is, you know, kind of off. Biggest red flag for me is always those Instagram DMs from someone who you either don't know or haven't talked to in forever that start like, hey girl, OMG, you'd be awesome. Something like that is an immediate huge red flag for me. The next thing I always notice is levels within the company. If they start talking about like bronze, silver, gold, platinum tier members of the company, and they say things like, you know, if you make 10 sales, then you'll be bronze. If you make 50 sales, you'll be silver, and 100, you'll be gold. That is a straight up sign that you're going to be part of an MLM, because that is the definition of multi-level marketing. Another thing to look out for is income being based on recruit. Now, my personal income where I work in a restaurant is tips and wage. You don't want to be joining up with something who is either not going to have you salaried or receiving wage. It's not a good sign if the only money you're going to be making is off of recruiting people. Another thing to look out for is startup fees. So if they're saying, you know, you can get started for only $500 investment and you're going to get this startup package, and then as you sell your product, you can buy this and this and this, and then sell this and this and this, and you'll be making even more money. That's really not a good sign. Now, listen, there's always capital involved with starting a business. I completely understand that. But if you're going to invest, let's say $1,000 anyway, why not invest $1,000 into yourself or into a startup business of your own, rather than supporting some company that's going to make so much money off of you while you make very, very little. And anytime they're saying something like, you're going to want to get your friends and family involved with this, you can automatically tell this is not a good situation. At the age I am right now, which is going to be 20 on Sunday, I think that I'm a prime candidate to be recruited for a pyramid scheme. And I'm not kidding at all. When I serve at the restaurant I work at, I have these ladies come in fairly frequently who belong to Mary Kay. And they come in and they sit down, they mind their own business, they look through the Mary Kay pamphlets, they all talk about things and what makeup they're going to buy and stuff, which is completely fine. But every time I serve them, they say things like, you know what? You would be an awesome ambassador for Mary Kay. You should come over, let's get you a facial and we'll talk about Mary Kay. You'd love this product from Mary Kay. And then I always say like, no, like I'm not really that interested, thank you anyway. They say things like, but aren't you in college? Don't you feel like it'd be good if you could make some more money right now? Don't you wish you could get yourself ahead in life and have more money and be more prepared for your future? And that is how they suck people in. If you don't know that's like the risk of these things, I can see how that'd be really, really easy to fall for. I mean, I'm in university right now. I can only work 2 or 3 shifts a week. Having a side hustle like that, you know, they claim makes like $1,000 a month would be amazing. But the thing is, it's not true and you can't fall for it. So I think that I want the overwhelming message of this video to just be don't fall for pyramid schemes. I know that that seems a little bit too simple, especially for everything I've already explained, but you just need to be really aware. You need to be skeptical and you need to do your own research when someone tries to recruit you for something, and don't be afraid to tell them, hey, I think you're part of an MLM. Hey, I think you're part of a pyramid scheme. Sorry, I'm just really not interested in joining something like that. I've probably lost potential friends over telling them that I think they're part of a pyramid scheme or MLM, and I don't feel badly about that because that is some toxicity you do not need in your life. So anyway, I really hope this video gave you some information. I know it was all over the place. I tried to make notes to start with that I could kind of build off of, but this did turn into be a bit of a rambly video, but it's an important topic. So definitely go watch Natalia Taylor's video for a true horror story of what can happen if you join up with one of these companies, and watch out for people in your own life who are trying to recruit you. This week there's going to be an extra video on March 1st. March 1st, 2020 is my 20th birthday, so there'll be a special birthday video coming out on that day. So tune in at 3 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time if you want to see that video. Again, I really, really hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, leave comments down below letting me know what you think about pyramid schemes, and feel free to drop some other video ideas if you have anything you'd like me to do in the future. Have an amazing week, and I'll see you guys on Sunday.